Good morning, New Mexico! We got up early to see the sunrise.
I'm not. Right, so that way. The balloons.
Say good morning!
Good morning!
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to City Sowers. It is a beautiful morning in New Mexico. That is a gorgeous sunrise back there. And then in the opposite direction, there's the three volcanoes, which is...
Tres volcanos. They're little volcanoes now. But there they are.
I think they're
Have
little
I
'cause
ever
they're far
I was
away.
gonna say they'd feel a lot bigger if
I'm
we were
sure
climbing
they're much
them.
bigger when you're right up on them. But anyway, it's a gorgeous morning and we are looking forward to another day of adventure. And we're gonna be making the next leg of our trip today. But first, we're gonna hang out and enjoy the morning before we hit the road.
Yeah. Albuquerque is famous for the hot air balloons, and they have festivals, and you can see a couple of them at ground level out there. We'll probably see a lot more up in the air by, later in the morning. It'll be pretty. The air balloons are multiplying.
There's one, like you can just see the top of the other blue, the red, white, and blue one.
Yep.
Fun facts about Albuquerque. Those balloons over there, that's actually at the balloon mating grounds, the breeding grounds, and they have little baby balloons, and by the time they get up in the air, they're a lot bigger. This is a real fact, right, Amanda?
Totally.
Yeah, I wouldn't lie. We were at the Grand Canyon yesterday, and we saw all these layers and layers of different types of rock that were made. And then this morning, we're sitting here in New Mexico, and we got the three volcanoes out here, and this whole area. If you look at the ground, you'll find just rocks, all kinds of different rocks. But specifically, I want to show you this. This would be volcanic rock. You can tell, obviously, it's igneous rock because it is porous. You can see where the gas bubbles popped in it. A lot of people think of volcanic rock as more like something you'd put in your yard or garden. And that's where we see it mostly in Modesto because we don't have a whole lot of volcanoes in that area. But we decorate with a lot of it. Out here, it's totally natural decoration. It's pretty cool. And there's all shapes and sizes. It's not like the perfect little one by one
And
fill up your
colors.
garden with. Oh yeah.
I found a white one.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Caleb has been trying to take a rock from just about everywhere. He says he's going to start a rock business. Caleb, you want to take one of these? Okay,
He's already got two.
So he's
In
all
his,
about,
in
he's
his
all about it.
pocket. He's already got two in his pocket. It is important to note that we're on a dust road right now. So we are four-wheeling it in my Highlander, which is totally fine, but it was quite the adventure this morning. So as we're coming down out of the sandy dune area, we are seeing a lot more green, and that is because we are coming up on the Rio Grande River, which is pretty fancy.
Which is short for large coffee in Spanish.
Large coffee. But yeah, it kind of makes sense that, the closer you get to water, the greener things get.
Whoa. Can I quote you on that?
Balloons! Apparently that's the thing to do here.
On my side here, you'll see the Rio Grande River. It's kind of like visiting the Great Wall of China and realizing it's not that great. Now it's a canal, let's go see the river.
Well, that looks a bit grander. Isn't that fancy?
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so maybe it's a little more grand than the last Rio Grande I saw.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm actually kind of curious if the Great Wall of China was better than I gave up on.
Better than you let on?
I love these balloons.
Balloons are pretty cool over the river.
So Amanda and I have a tradition. It started when we were first in Hawaii. First time I kissed her in Hawaii, years and years ago. That anytime we cross a bridge, I have to kiss her. And so we happen to be on a bridge over the Rio Grande. So,
Oh dear.
Just like that.
I didn't know you were gonna go for the dip.
I just did something.
What's the lock? What's the lock?
Okay, so there's these people who have taken locks and locked them on the bridge. And I was like, all right guys, let's just guess numbers randomly. Holy cow.
For combination lock.
For a combination lock.
What was the
So
number?
I tried one, you tried one, you tried one, you tried one. Did you guess one too? So we tried 7 or 8 different combinations, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe someone tried their birth year. What birth year would be in the last, you know, millennial generation? So I went 1988, 1989, 1989. Done. That's hilarious. I feel so silly right now, but amazing.
You feel victorious.
Yes, yes. I think I just put on 3 pounds of muscle in my mind.
There's a tiny
You lost some in your arm, but you got some in your
Put on
mind.
3 pounds
Yeah,
of ego.
3 pounds of ego. Brain ego. Alright, where'd the lot go?
I have
All right, so we have had our breakfast and we said our goodbyes and we're back on the road.
it. Back on the road.
On the road again.
Thank you so much, Dana.
Thank you.
On the road.
Thank you
again.
so
And
much,
Gavin.
Dana and Tyler and Gavin. That was incredible for them to just open up their home to us and let us stay and share a little bit of their home, of their town, and it was great.
That was such a cool morning. Early morning sunshine and going up and seeing the sunrise from the hillside. We saw jackrabbits and hot air balloons in the Rio Grande. Good morning. All right. Anyway, on to the next adventure.
Yes, onward. And what is our next big destination, David?
We are going to go find a hole in the desert.
I know.
That sound exciting? Sounds exciting to me.
Blue hole.
The blue hole.
It's watering.
Blue
And
hole.
our destination after that is Fort Worth, Texas.
That's right. So it's going to be another long car day.
Another 9 hours
and a half
and 36
hours.
minutes, to be exact.
But that's okay, because we have each other.
Oh, love, family.
Yay.
Let's do this.
Another 9.5 hours in the car.
Let's go.
9.5 hours to sleep.
All right, we're looking for a blue hole around here somewhere. We're here at the Blue Hole in New Mexico, Santa Rosa, New Mexico. I hear there's a hole over there in the middle of the desert, so we're gonna go find out what it looks like. Here it's like 80 feet deep. It'll be a blast. Let's go. Yeah.
Hey, look, it's a hole, and it's blue. It is like super blue. It's 81 feet deep, just a hole in the ground full of water. Isn't that crazy?
Where's your partner? More buoys. More buoys, 2 per buoy.
Is it cold?
Wow, that
How's the
was
water?
amazing and cold. I'm still shivering. So they say 61 degrees. They might be exaggerating.
Does it feel more like 0?
It feels like 50 degrees.
Oh, man.
But I'm gonna do it again. And I think the worst part is you get in, it's freezing cold, and you swim across the side, and like you're kind of cramping up by the time you get there. It's like, whew. But it's awesome. I mean, how often do you get to jump into a hole in the desert full of cold water? Nathan says he's gonna do it, so I'm gonna go help him out.
All right. All right, you're about to jump into a
An
hole.
81-foot deep pool.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to go down 81 feet.
Nope.
Are you going to leave your shirt with me so you have something dry and warm to put on?
Yeah.
Rather than something cold and glued to you?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we're off.
All right.
Head first.
All right, Nathan.
Go. You got this.
2, 3, go!
Nathan did it. Nathan did it.
Oh, he looks cold.
He looks cold.
How was it, Nathan?
Freezing,
Freezing.
deep,
Freezing and deep.
and exhausting.
That swim out is pretty tough, huh?
But dude, I'm proud of you. You're so brave.
Yeah, he is. Would you do it again?
What?
Would you do it again, or have you done it now?
I don't know.
I'm thinking I might do it one more time, but that swim out is brisk. Good job, dude. High five. My man.
There we go. Here's a little bit of a scale that shows kind of how it's shaped, and see how it's underground fed, and that's what makes the water so cold, because that water's not getting heated up by the desert sun. Crazy.
Here we go, blue hole dive.
Are you gonna do the pencil? Do it. We didn't do it. And I thought a rainbow.
Well, it's definitely a fascinating natural wonder. The whole like 61 degrees is because it's fed from an underground source that's like 194 feet deep, and it's got an outflow of 3,000 gallons a minute, so it never has a chance to warm up in the sun because it's constantly being fed really cold water. So that's really interesting. And I have no interest in touching it because I don't do cold, and I certainly don't do cold water.
It was so cold that I only got my toes wet.
Oh yeah.
I was on my tippy toes on
Julie-
the first step and I ran out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it
But-
was so cold that I got my whole body wet.
It was awesome. Don't listen to any of the negativity. Come here if you get the chance.
I didn't
It's
give
great.
you any
Thank you to my
negativity.
sister Monica, who pointed out that this place even exists. It's not like it's right off the freeway, kind of gotta find it. Way cool, highly recommend. 9 out of 10, no, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
No, 100.
100 out of 10.
All right, we are back on the road. Now it is time to put some serious miles
7 hours and 20 minutes to go.
before our next stop.
Texas! Texas!
We're going to, what?
My thing that I think Texas is like is deserty, nothing except for tumbleweeds and the weird hay houses.
Wow,
Weird
you
what
went in
houses?
For a treat.
Hay houses.
Hay houses.
I don't know why. Shaped like a teepee.
Well, we are going to definitely be seeing what Texas is like.
I think it's cool that Audrey has no idea what Texas is like, except for like what she's seen in movies or something in all these states.
I've seen it in Trolls.
They've never been.
You have not seen it in Trolls. Trolls is a
Never-
made-up
A lot
world.
of us have never been. Wow.
Trolls
Sorry,
World
sorry
Tour.
guys, the road there is really bumpy.
Anyway, it's going to be an experience that they've never experienced, and that's a cool thing to be able to share as a family.
So we'll see.
I just made up the teepee.
We will confirm or deny whether Trolls nailed Texas soon.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
All right, so I've been doing some quick little number crunching here.
Road trip math.
Road trip math. Because, you know,
Road trip.
on a road trip, you have to do math when you're looking at how much gas you're buying. And so we've been actually writing
Real
down.
question is it cheaper to fly or take a car across the country?
True, which we'll have
We'll
to
find
figure
out
that out at
later.
the end. But you get a lot more experiences taking a car.
This is true.
Because we've been making little
Hard to
detours
drive
and
an airplane
side
into the blue hole.
experiences. But, so as we stop at every gas station, we've actually been writing down exactly what the price per gallon is at that location, how much gas we got, how much we spent. So we're keeping a log of how much gas we're getting. So, up until now, we have gotten, let's see,
The highest we've
Well-
paid is ridiculous.
yes, the highest we pay is ridiculous. But first of all, the amount of gas that we have purchased so far is 64.865 gallons of gas.
Not too shabby. We're most of the way through New Mexico, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, we still have a ways to go.
This gas is going to get us all the way to at least to Texas, I think.
Maybe to the border, yeah. So total so far we have spent $219.87.
Talk about miles per gallon. Like, how much are we getting on average?
Miles per gallon.
Not miles per gallon. I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say I have not done that math
I
yet.
know. Price per gallon.
$3
That's
per
really
gallon.
what the people want to know.
Okay,
Well,
so
that's what they care about when you're filling up a gas tank.
I mean, we've kind of done an average by just doing the total amount of money that we have spent on gas divided by the total amount of gas that we have purchased, and that comes out to $3.38 per gallon.
That's so ridiculous, and I'm sure some of you are going, I'd love to pay $3.38. And some of you think, that's nuts. How in the world could you survive that? Well, in the desert of California, we found
the highest
highest
price
price
per
gas.
gallon
It
so
was
far.
like what, $4 and
It was $4.79 a gallon. Ugh.
I kind of felt like I could get a kidney and get away with it.
But we only got like 5.25 gallons of gas there.
That's right, because I was like, I am waiting till we get to civilization. And then the more civilized New Mexico, we just found our cheapest in, what was it?
In Jamestown, New Mexico, we spent $2.84 per gallon. So significant difference in between those. So it's fun, like, I mean, fun to keep track of that kind of stuff.
Where on this drive is the cheapest gas? We will let you know.
This road is so rough. I'm sorry for everybody if I'm like, it's hard to hold the camera still when the car's doing.
Come on, Nevada highway people.
This is the Nevada.
Oh, not Nevada. Not, well, maybe the Nevada people could help out the New Mexico people.
Where are you getting Nevada from? Anyway, so we're gonna keep people apprised as we go. I'm not sure how we'll decide to do the updates. If we'll do it every couple of days or if we'll do it every certain number of miles. I don't know. How many miles have we
We're at
traveled so far?
1,330 miles traveled at this point. So I'm sure people could do math real quick. That's 1,330 divided by 64 gallons. That's our mileage. I'm pretty sure the thing on top of our car is not helping that mileage out.
Probably
But
not.
We're getting somewhere in the range of 15 to 20 is my guess. I did really bad math there, I'm sure, but you'll let me know.
David's head math.
David head math. See you soon.
All right, so we have made a short detour to go see Billy the Kid's grave, which was, it's interesting. David has always been a cowboy enthusiast.
Absolutely.
So David, tell us about Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid is infamous outlaw from the early late 1800s. Officially, he was born, just look at the plaque here, born in 1859, died in 1881, and he was sentenced to death at 19 years old. And shortly thereafter, he said, enough of that, and broke out of jail, killed a couple deputies, and was kind of chased for a while, and finally was killed by a sheriff. But anyway, everyone knows the stories of Billy the Kid as the infamous cowboy, and we get to go see his grave. Why not? We're here. It's kind of fun. Let's go take a look. Tombstone was stolen in 1981 and found in
1951.
Huntington Beach. No, in Huntington Beach it was found.
Wow. Money has significance in the cemetery in that if you put a penny at the grave, it means that you came and paid your respects.
Ah, you're so respectful. Well, someone was.
Someone put a bullet in there too.
Oh, what?
That's cool.
Where?
Over there, there's a couple of them.
Oh, yeah.
People leaving bullets by the gunslinger's grave.
That's fun. Well, a little bit of cowboy history there.
Oh, and there's a diamond there, too.
Those are their actual graves. I just think it's interesting that they actually took the time and care to bury friends together when, I mean, Billy the Kid was shot and killed by a sheriff's deputy.
Yup.
So it's just interesting.
Tom and Charlie hanging out with Billy forever.
Now, what day trip would be complete without finding some sort of plant to ooh and ah over, right?
Correct.
Well, I found a weed to ooh and ah over.
That is a delicious treat.
We found a giant dandelion. Look at this thing. It's massive. First hit the scale. That's my hand next to it. Look at the size of the buds. My goodness, the thing is massive. And it's like shiny, shimmery. It's like the fanciest dandelion I think I've ever seen.
Damn big.
It's interesting. I'm sure it's not like a true dandelion, but I'm gonna call it one because it's gonna poof away on the wind. Well, that was a very interesting little detour. What did you guys think?
Cool.
Was it interesting?
Have you ever walked around a graveyard before?
No.
That was the first time, huh? You have, Nathan?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah?
Well, there were some people there from late 1800s, and there was even a couple even from the early 2000s. Like there were
Descendants
And
of.
early-
descendants of the
1800s.
people.
Nathan, what did you find that was interesting there at the end?
What was the interesting find that you made right at the end that you told me about?
There was a grave of a 2-year-old who lived from 1900 to 1902.
Wow.
They did not have the same kind of
I saw that.
medicine and things that we have today. So we need to thank the Lord that, you know, when we get sick, we have antibiotics and we have access to hospitals.
And fever reducers.
And literally an entire different outlook on the world because of the medicinal access we have.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, we got 7 hours to go. Texas, here we come.
So we were just talking about what it is that makes the road like disappear in front of you or turn into
Looks
a
like it's
mirror,
covered in water.
or it looks like it turns into water, however you perceive it. But what's happening is that the heat from the road is coming up and hitting the cooler air in the air, and when the sun's light is hitting that spot where the hot and cool air meet, it's actually refracting or reflecting the light. So it creates that mirror-like image or a mirage. Interesting, right? We're in Texas!
We made it!
But it's insane. We were seriously like just driving through this little town, and apparently it was literally a border town, because it's like we like just barely come out of the town and it's like, oh, there's a sign, welcome to Texas.
And I'm hoping, for the sake of the reputation of Texas, that pothole I hit at what I would consider the border is actually New Mexico's, because dear me, that hurt. I think I put him in his knee right through her cheek with that. It bounced.
Definitely bounced my guts up into my rib cage. That was intense.
Hey, but welcome to Texas.
I just ate a bite.
There we go.
Texas!
Onward and upward.
We are at Texas. Now we have about 2 hours and more.
And that's what Texas looks like right here at the New Mexican border. That is actually a giant irrigation contraption right there on wheels. Really cool.
1,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's probably pretty heavy, huh?
Yeah.
It goes around the circle and it makes it so they don't have to put sprinklers all across the whole field. But then only the circle gets.
The middle of it is like out there in the middle of the field, and it rotates all the way around. And
Which leaves these corners unused.
Water's in a giant circle, which actually it looks fascinating from the air. I've seen some of these fields actually from the air in an airplane. It's fascinating to look at because they're just a bunch of green discs.
Proof that aliens exist.
Well, we're still about a half an hour out from Fort Worth, and our light is fading, but we're almost there. It's been almost 12 hours since we left Albuquerque this morning.
With some adventures along the way, of course.
True, we've had a couple of stops, but it's been a lot of car time today. When we get there, we will make sure that we pop out and let you guys know that, hey, we made it. And maybe even introduce you to David's aunt and uncle, but that will be brief. We'll get more detailed introductions and all that tomorrow, and all of our fun stuff that we have planned.
It's gonna be awesome. Starting with church and then adventures.
Church and adventures.
Church and adventures. What more could you want out of life?
Right?
We made it!
We made it! Oh, we are exhausted. We're hungry. We are.
Oh, we're hungry, but look at this beautiful turkey breast
Yeah.
that Uncle Mike has smoked and just finished. And we literally came off the barbecue about 2 minutes after we got here.
Yep.
I'm stoked. This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be awesome.
Turkey and bacon sandwiches.
Gosh. This is my Auntie Patty Ann.
Hi.
And we are looking forward to introducing everyone to the whole family tomorrow.
Yep.
And throughout the weekend. But this
Yep.
is awesome. We're so
Welcome to
excited
Texas.
we didn't share this part on the way, but we got to the gas station, and like the first gas station in town or in the state, and Audrey stepped her foot out. She goes, "Oh," I'm like, "You can't groan like that. You're in Texas." She goes, "It's my first time in Texas." It was the cutest thing ever.
That's funny. We're gonna get some food, we're gonna get some rest,
Yep.
and we'll be back tomorrow. So as always, this is your urban nerd with a goat herd telling you you can grow where you're planted.
Except if your gas price, please don't grow.
Yeah.
Just shrink.